Hey y'all, welcome to the country where it's just another day in paradise. Let's see what's going on. Hey y'all, welcome to the country. I'm Susan. This is Susan's Country Living, and today we're going to be preparing the garden for our fall planting and winter plantings. You'll hear my husband mowing in the background. If you like what you see today, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and we're going to go along on this journey on planting a fall and a winter garden here we're in zone 9A, which is kind of west, a little southwest of the Houston area down in Texas. So what we've done is we have pulled up all of the spring and summer vegetables. Usually by the end of July everything's done, burnt up, or the insects and diseases have taken over. So my husband has tilled this and we've raked it smooth. We're tired of weeds. So what we're going to do is we're going to put down a professional grade mat, and I'm going to show it to you right here. It is a professional grade woven ground cover, and we have some little pins that are going to hold it down in the ground, and this is going to take care of the weeds, hopefully. In order to plant, I've got a little like a little kitchen torch. We'll burn the holes, plant our plants or seeds, and hopefully we're not going to have any weeds coming up through that grow mat, and that's going to save us a lot of time because we're tired of pulling weeds. So this is what it looks like before, and we're going to get busy and we'll show you what it looks like after. Oh, I'll put a link in the description from the company that we bought these from, all over the internet. Let's see here, get this kind of going here.
Is it filming? Hey everybody, this is what you call a photo bomb. This is Steven, and I am the Bearded Bee Man, and I'm here to help Susan in her country living in her garden today. Remember, go on to the Bearded Bee Man, 2 words, and hit the subscribe button. See you later.
So what we did after after my husband tilled, we put the water on it because it wasn't going to rain. So we watered for a couple of days just to kind of let the soil settle down more, because when you first till it, it's very fluffy, and we would just sink right in it walking through it dry. So we watered it to get it to kind of pack down just a little bit. And what I'm doing is I'm overlapping about 6 inches. These are great because there is a mark every foot, so you can kind of gauge it every 6 inches. My garden is not perfectly square. It's about 750 square feet, and we have railroad ties all the way around it that have been there for years, and they're starting to rot. They've been in there for so long because we've been here. I've been gardening here about 26 years. We didn't put those in first thing, but they've been here probably at least 20 years. So they're starting to break down, which is okay. And we have a fence around the garden. We did that to keep the chickens out when we would let them out. But I have heard that when you use this weed block, that animals don't like to get in here. We have a cat that uses it as a litter box, and that's going to stop that because they get on it and they're like, ugh. People say, well, it's going to be really hot during the summertime. I've got this weed block off another YouTube channel. That's what they use, and she says during the summertime she can go out there barefooted, and so it doesn't heat up like you would expect something that would be dark to absorb the sunlight. So I'm just using these pins, and I think I had planned for a pin every 2 feet, so that when the wind blows, we get wind from the north, we get wind from the south, and so I am running my rows, or this fabric, north to south, so that I don't have any problem with the wind picking it up. If I was to run it across, there could be some problems with the wind. So you got to think about that, your wind directions when you're going to put something down like weed blocks. So just going to keep on going. I've got 2 down. I think I need 6 widths is what I calculated for. The pins and the fabric, I bought 2 packages. I think there were 100 pins in a package. So the fabric to cover was 750 square feet, and the 2 pins, it ran me a couple $100, but it will last for years. And we'll take it up, probably, I'll rotate my crops in there, but and do my fertilization through the holes that I create for the plants. And I'm going to do some liquid fertilization where you can hook a something in your water hose when you put your fertilizer in there, so it will give a foliar feeding and will also soak into the soil. Before we tilled, we had mulched with a lot of leaves that has been tilled in, so I shouldn't have to do a whole lot of fertilization in the fall and the winter. But when springtime comes, I won't be taking this up. I'll just be planting through. We'll be putting some supports for cucumbers, tomatoes, anything that would grow upright, with T-post and some just wire. And I'm hoping this is going to free up some time for us, because we like to enjoy our yard, not have to work all the time. And this time of year, it is hot. The humidity's pretty bad, but it's tolerable. But I do grow and preserve a lot of our vegetables. We also have fruit. We have blackberries. We did have grapefruit and mandarin oranges and lemons and blood oranges before Snowmageddon back in February, when it got so cold down here and all the electricity went out. Our way to keep the fruit trees warm, we didn't have a way without the electricity, so all that died and we replanted. So in about 3 years, we'll be starting to harvest some mandarins, some lemons, some blood oranges. We haven't found our grapefruit tree yet. It's really hard to find citrus down here. Also because there's quarantines for some citrus disease. And I did buy a peach tree, and I bought a plum tree. So we'll, and I have figs. It killed my fig tree. Some fig trees made it, some did, mine didn't. But it's coming out from the bottom, and it does have little figs on it. And we did get our blackberry crop. The cold didn't really hurt that a lot. So I'm excited. I'm going to be putting some summer squash in. We can grow summer squash if we get it planted in September. We can grow cucumbers. Tomatoes, you got to kind of get them in the ground, get them back in July. I've got a couple I'm going to stick in the ground just to see how they do. If we don't get a freeze till the end of the year, I'll have some tomatoes. But yeah, you can plant more green beans here. If you southern peas, like your zipper cream peas, lady cream peas, purple hulls, black eyes, if you planted those back in July, you can get a second crop of those. One year we had a freeze Halloween, and I had beautiful squash and cucumbers, and even though I covered up, it was just too much. That was rare. It rarely freezes until Thanksgiving normally, and when it does, it's not a hard freeze. So I'm anxious to see how this goes, and I'm just going to keep on working. Well, I'm done. It's about 91 degrees and about 97% humidity, so it feels like probably 100 something. So I am done, but I am done. I got it all done. My last pass, I just went down the middle of the the weed material and cut it in half, because I just had maybe this much left, and my garden's not square on the other end. So, but it is all down, and I'm so glad. So, maybe in a couple of weeks I'll start planting some things. I'm just going to let it set. We're supposed to get maybe some rain on Sunday, and that'll help it kind of settle down. It wasn't difficult to put down. Took me, maybe 3 hours. I did go in and rest for a little bit. I'm filthy. Those steaks had a greasy stuff on it, so hope y'all have a great weekend. Bye, y'all.